that. But I think he is Ghanaian, whatever, West African, but he did grow up in Jamaica or something like that. So his nationality is Ghana, West Africa, but it's like, you know, if you grew up somewhere from the time you were 5, it's like, you know, I'm Jamaican, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's true. It's so hard with wrestling because, you know, they mix so much truth and made up stuff in together, but I remember reading that somewhere that he actually does have some kind of ties to Jamaica.
And the final match we're going to speak about is actually one that I missed.
Where were you?
I just walked out because, you know, it's about the level of my respect for, you know, the WWE women wrestlers. You know, I still figure that the TNA women wrestlers are better. You know, that's just me. But
I don't watch TNA, and I never really have, but I would agree with you that they're better. That's because they promote them better. They let them do more. But you know, the WWE is getting better with that. I haven't watched in a while, but whenever I started like watching Block, like there was like fewer bra and panty matches and fewer, you know, strap matches and all the rest of that shit.
Only because of the PG rating. Only reason why, which I hate.
But I love a good bra and panties match and a good strap match.
Who you
paddle on the pole match?
I love it too.
Lingerie match.
Mud.
Actually,
yeah.
Actually, to TNA actually had a.
But see, TNA girls, like WWE actually has some girls who really are pretty. TNA girls look like porn stars.
Oh, man. Yeah, those porn stars were in a, I guess a mud match, you know.
What are you talking about? On what show?
It was on Impact.
Oh yeah, but don't you know what I'm saying though? Like TNA, I mean, of course, WWE got some slutty girls. Some probably done did this and that, but just as overall, like the quality. Yeah. Like it just has some more quality women.
Yeah.
Even though, you know, I see naked pictures of Mickey James and you know, so on and so forth. But Alexis.
Larry.
But
I seen her wrestling naked, I think.
He went to the bathroom on the women's match. I went to buy merchandise on the Intercontinental title match.
And who was it? McCool versus
Mickey James, and it was an actual good match for one of the first times only. Like if you ever watch the women's matches on Raw or SmackDown, you hear a lot of boring chants. But this match did not get not one boring chant. They got a good 10 to 15 minutes of mat time. Yes.
Damn. 10
to 15 minutes of match time. They went outside. They did a lot of inside near falls. Finishing move. It was a good match, and he missed it.
Like they wanted to do a ladder match with Beth Phoenix and somebody a while ago, cause she's done them before in OVW. Is that what it's called? OVW. Mm-hmm. She's done them before, but for some reason they won't let them go there for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like, if she wants to do it, shit, that'd be awesome.
I've told, you know, Chris, and I'll tell you as well, as the world, you know, like as far as like women wrestling is concerned, you know, to me what makes it a great women wrestler, as you've seen in the past, you know, when you've had Lita, you know, you had Trish Stratus, you know, you go back to, you know, Great Mullin, you know, Mae Young, you know, the women,
Sherry.
You know, especially, you know, Sensational Sherry, rest in peace. These women, you know, honestly, if you're able to go out there and take a hit from a man, that's respect. Or if you're able to, you know, do these type of hard matches, you know, let's say a ladder match or a hardcore match.
Like when Lita got beat with that chair.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember that shit? When Stone Cold and when Stone Cold and Triple H beat her with that chair, she was taking the majority because she was on top of the mat. So you know how usually when they hit you with a chair, they hit the mat. But she was on top of the mat, so there's no way to hit the mat, you know, whatever like that. She took all them licks. That shit was.
And for her to go through the table.
She went through the table numerous. She was one of the first people of the new generation who really got out there and mixed it up, giving people hurricane runners off ladders and shit like that. Like,
and China went head to head. Whether she is or not, she went head to head with them all.
But think about it. Though. Look at her weight and her size, though. She should be able to take more.
Chris Jericho and her are about the same size, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying you gotta understand.
I mean, I know she was a woman, but at the same time, when you look at her, like, you look at her, compare her to Lita or Trish Stratus or fucking whoever else, somebody's real small. Maria's big, little. I wouldn't expect Maria she will seriously get hurt. Number one, she ain't a wrestler. And then number two, she's very small. Even if she, like, Gail Kim is very small, but she's a wrestler. Gail Kim can wrestle her ass off. Gail Kim can go, but at the same time, she's still very small, though. She's still very small. I was very happy when they brought her back, but they're still not doing anything.
They're still not doing anything with her, though.
No.
It's like they have some talented people, and even like what's the bitch on, like McCool and the French girl.
Maurice.
Woo,
yes.
Don't like her. I really don't think I don't like her. I like her. Well, you know, I like her attitude as a bitch. She's funny because she talks like this and she says stuff in French and But she's not much of a wrestler because she was brought in. She's a Playboy model. You know what I mean? That's what she was brought in for. I'm talking about people who like were training before they got to. You know what I'm saying? Or people who've been fans all their life, you know, like millennials, like, yeah, I used to watch and, you know, play wrestle with my brothers when we were young. You know what I mean? Like, people who really, you know, whatever. But even people like Maurice and McCool, whatever, they're, you know, decent. They're getting better, whatever, like that. But then you got people taking up space like fucking Maria and Eve Torres and them twins. Them twins. Ugh. Just because they're twins, guys. I mean, I know they're twins and everybody loves a good twin. But you gotta think with your big head, not your little head. Vince, I'm talking to you.
I was gonna say that was Vince McMahon right there.
Vince McMahon.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, every time they use the Bella twins, you know, they don't wrestle. They always accompany the guest host if they're a guy. They even accompany Vern Troyer. Come on, man.
Oh, I miss the days of a ballet.
Yeah.
But the good ballets. The valets who used to mix it up and used to actually not just sit there and just whatever. Like when Trish Stratus used to ballet and Lita used to ballet, you know, and they would get into it and it made you just get so much more into it. I don't need you to just sit there and just look, okay, we know you're hot, okay, next, whatever.
And one other thing,
you remember I told you that.
It was what was I saying?
It was the last time we had the WrestleTalk. I said that.
Said what?
He was
about the valet, about the women. They need to turn them all into valets and just.
Oh, okay, I'm not gonna say all of them. Like Beth Phoenix don't need to be valeting nobody.
No, that you remember it was the one that we were talking about with Carlito at the time. It was Rosa Mendez, and it was just
Is she still there?
No, she's on ECW, and she's actually the valet of Zack Ryder now.
Okay.
Yes. But you know, but before that, she was accompanying Carlito for just one match, and you know, after it was just.
But the thing is, it doesn't really help or work. Like the other person needs to have a valet too. Yeah. That's what makes it more interesting, because then they get into it. Oh, remember when Stephanie used to ballet? Oh, good times.
But
you see how I keep going back.
hey, the Attitude Era was what that was. You know,
even a little bit after the Attitude, the WWF was what that was. The WWE, questionable. It's like after that name change, they just lost it. Fucking World Wildlife Fund. They should be lucky that I actually got misdirected to their site trying to get to the WWF. Anybody heard no fucking World Wildlife? And you saw how they waited to the WWF was at the peak. Just awesome to file that lawsuit. How long has WWF been around? 50 years? Whatever.
As the WWF, it was like the mid-80s.
Mid-80s. Okay. Or still, that's 20 years?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you want to file a suit, you want to wait till I get some money first.
All you can say, as long as you got hope, pray.
Okay, stop. Please stop. Please
World
stop.
Wildlife Fund, hey, you got your name, but it was real shady how you got it.
It was real shady how you did that, because you should have did that shit in the first year.
But, it was pretty good wrestling talk, Up next, next year.
What's the next pay-per-view?
Next pay-per-view will be the Royal Rumble in Atlanta, Georgia.
The Royal Rumble's in January?
Yes, indeed.
Isn't it usually February?
Isn't one more before that?
Yeah.
It should be.
Royal Rumble's February.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's right after New Year's. Royal Rumble pay-per-view is January 31st in Atlanta.
Well, I thought it was usually
There's one more at the very beginning of this year.
When? Okay, you know what? I don't even know. Because I'm thinking of old school stuff like No Way Out.
Well, they used to, you may be thinking, well, we'll get to that next time, but.
Like when we had Armageddon, New Year's Revolution.
And
they canceled out. They cut them out.
Both of them. That's all we had.
Judgment
They
Day.
cut them out. They cut them out. They cut out.
Judgment Day.
No Way Out.
King of the Ring.